Okay, it's 9:43 and I want to go over two trades that I could have done better, one with OCUL and one with SERA. As for OCUL, I did go over it yesterday at the very end of the video where I was talking about how nice it looks that it could try to do something where it was trading around this point where, let me see if I can maybe do like a 3-day chart. You can see the top right here, it was around $6 and then it was around this $6 level as well. And it looked like it could have been something where maybe this day, if it wanted to, it could have broken above $6 or the top of these 2 days, and then that would be like a super breakout and it could make a move towards the upside, especially if they have news. It didn't have to work, of course, because they could have just had bad news. They could have, done an offering or something like that, but I was watching it for that reason in the morning, and I did try to buy, but it was a bit too quick. It was right here when it opened, it broke above $6 at 9:32. I tried to buy 50 shares at 6:06. It was just too fast. Maybe if I had a market order, it would have been in. But I did place an order again, and I got in at some 6:11. But I just wasn't comfortable with how it was spiking. It was just shooting straight up, like just straight up. It was just a little too freaky. So I did sell all of it at 6:17 and a half, the same minute. So that was right here when I sold. Right around here is when I sold, and I was in at 6:11. And I did try to get in at 6:06, but it just was going super quickly, and I just figured that something that spikes super quickly is also going to sell off super quickly, if not even faster. And it did get as high as 627. If I waited a little more, I could have sold in the 620s, but yeah, this was just out of my comfort zone, just the way it moves. And I didn't want to be a part of something that just has a big spike like it does here, and then it sells off even faster, and then it gets halted. I didn't want to be a part of that. It did sell off, and I do like how it came back to the $6 level. Hindsight 2020, it could have been something where it does a spike, comes back to the level it broke above, and then it holds it, and after it holds it, it does another move. And this was still very wicky, but not as crazy as this candle was right here. You can see just straight up open and close right here with a little top at 626. So that was a situation with that. I could have traded this one at a better price, and I could have maybe have traded this one. And then I did trade SERA, and this one is actually working, but I was really hesitant on trading this because from what I understand, it's a biotech, and biotechs don't really work that well. They tend to sell off a lot more just because a biotech is up on good news. There are just so many steps that a biotech has to go through to have something that is legitimately something that could turn their stock around. I did buy because it did do a thing where it was like having a dip under VWAP right in the morning, and it could try to regain itself above VWAP and then uptrend and try to break the day high. At least right now, it hasn't broken the day high, but it could totally try to do something like that. And it didn't, it doesn't have to, but it still made a move above VWAP. I bought 50 shares at 939, which was right here. I got in at 202, almost 203 right here. And yeah, it was starting the uptrend and everything, but I just felt really uncomfortable with this stock because of it being a biotech, and just in general, I haven't really seen this setup work too much. So I still took it, but yeah, I did sell some at 204, and then I sold the rest at 203. I just didn't like the way it was trained. It in theory held the risk level, which was 199, and it has made now several moves above VWAP, so I could have sold better in like in the 210s. This was, like not very much. This was like a super tiny gain because I could have sold this one better, but I just wasn't comfortable with it because again, I haven't seen these things like really work out like they did I think 3 weeks ago. So I'll watch this for a potential higher day breakouts. I am watching OCUL on the other screen. That one is pretty scary, and then this one I haven't really been looking at it. Yeah, it looks like it's just been selling off since the gap up, so I don't really want to mess with this one right now, and I'll make an update later. Okay, it is 11:34 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. Overall, I'm going to be up on a day. Just 80 pennies and 3 trades. Pretty good lessons. $20 risk level, so I'm not trading large size. And I've actually gotten comfortable now trading $20 risk levels. And, whether I make or lose at this point doesn't really matter. It's more about the lessons because I'm not gonna hit, if I hit best case scenario on a trade and it really works out, I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of money, at least nothing to live off of and try to be, a day trader just all the time. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to get good at trading with the size that I'm trading and to slowly get better, ideally, and size up then. So that if I trade something at that point, I might have proven myself to have, better trades overall, better experience, better setups, and then I can actually be able to really make a living off of this. So this last trade did not work out with VLON, and I think I was just being too technical. I've been in this situation before, and this is a great reminder of that lesson, not to trade things that are just too technical. It didn't work out, and this was a bull flag towards VWAP setup, so I guess we'll use this one right here. And I actually had to trade this one on Fidelity because I did not have enough cash in this cash accounts to trade. So I'm actually planning to move money to this Schwab account so I can not have that issue anymore, since I think it's good to just focus on trading with one platform. And for that reason, I am showing my balance here on Fidelity. It didn't work out, and I traded it here. Essentially had a very nice run up and everything. And then as it was dropping, I tried to do something cheeky where it looks like it could try to be a bull flag. So super nice spike. But now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't even look like a bull flag anymore. The candles are not very consistent with a lot of bull flag setups that I've seen work. But I guess I was just trying to, do a bunch of trades, feeling on a roll and everything. And yeah, this one was just too technical. I bought 150 shares at 10:03 right here at 10:03, and my risk level was the bottom right here. I was thinking that it might drop, and then it's trying to make, in theory, a bottom here just above VWAP, and then it can try to turn around and make a move towards the high of day again, and if it's really nice, break above it. But this was too technical. Doesn't really look like a bull flag either. Normally it has like a spike, and then it has like these consistent red candles that are trading in a very similar way. This one just has like a big candle with a wick, and then just these weird ones right here. It wasn't really a proper setup here, and just added more to why this one might not have worked out. So I did sell 10:04 once it broke this level, and that was a sell at 91.97, so not bad, almost 92 when I did get out right here at 10:04. So it was this sell-off candle here. It just didn't work out, and that's pretty much it. I didn't really look at the stocks afterwards, but I am happy to see this one work out. I was looking at it for a break above the day high, but there was like a huge seller at 290 at the ask, and it eventually did it when I was no longer looking at it. And again, very common time period for a lot of setups to break the day high around this 11 or 12 p.m. Time frame, and it did a nice dip towards VWAP. I mean, I keep saying, I hope to be a part of something like this, but I don't know if I will anytime soon, especially if I'm not looking at the stocks because I have other things to do. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to catch up with my business. So yeah, I hope I can be a part of that. It is a goal of mine that I have written down to try to be a part of a setup for at least more than 30 minutes, and this one could have been very nice. The type of setup where maybe I would have traded this uptrend and then, eventually try the dip towards VWAP and then the higher low. I'm not saying I would have sold all the way here, but I would have liked to have traded this. That's it for today. 3 trades, a bunch of lessons. Hopefully I can do better tomorrow.